Hey everybody, welcome back and welcome back to a new What If. This is What If Deku was a good villain. Now, we're going to start the anime off. We're going to start this What If off where Deku is. Where the teacher explains that he knows what everybody wants to become, a hero. Everybody begins to show off their quirks as Bakugo stands up. As the teacher says something about Bakugo going to UA, Bakugo stands up, gives his little speech. And then he also turns around and says, "Oh, Midoriya, then you also wanted to go to UA." Bakugo turns around and the same thing happens like it does in the anime. Everybody makes fun of him, tells him he can't become a hero without a quirk. This is when hmm, this is when Deku Deku walks home, and this time the sludge villain attacks Deku. But when the sludge villain does attack Deku, it is also stopped by All Might. Deku does get caught in the sludge villain, and he is the same thing in the anime. All Might saved him. We're going to skip to the part where Deku and All Might are landing on the building because everything in the anime that happened in the anime is happening the same here. All Might tells Deku no, he can't become a hero. Deku doesn't even bother trying to save Bakugo in this What If. Now, yes, Bakugo does get through, and he does get one for all in this one. Deku, it's been 1 week since the Sludge Villain incident and Bakugo having one for all training with All Might. Deku essentially goes to try to do a suicidal attempt. As he jumps, Deku closes his eyes and remembers everything. His mom, well, all the good times he had, at least. This is when Deku passes out, and before hitting the ground, is caught by the doctor. No, Deku lands. He hits the ground, temporarily killing himself. Now, the doctor walks up, and this is not Dr. Ujiko. He walks up and says, "A dead body. Exactly what I needed. All for One will be happy about this, and copy all. I gotta take him back." As the doctor takes him back, and he throws the body on the floor in front of One for All and copy all. You got introducing copy all. He can copy any quirk. He has multiple quirks already. He can copy any quirk without any physical damage to his body. He's like the perfect Nomu. So he could copy any quirk while keeping that quirk and could give that quirk away. Now, he could keep the same quirk that he gave away once he copies off the person he gave it to, making him basically having all the quirks he had copied over the years. Now, he does not want One for All's quirk, but he does help One for All and Dr. Ujiko out on the Nomu projects. Now, he creates his Nomus a different way, as I'll explain that in the anime, in the What If later on. But he does help Dr. Ujiko's Nomus get more control of themselves. So Copy All looks as him and all for One are looking. Yeah, All for One is looking. And they're like, "What's this?" The doctor looks at Copy All and says, "We could turn him. He's dead." As All for One and Copy All begins to grin. This is like perfect, just exactly what we needed. The Mad Doctor sticks Deku into the tube, repairing his body. Now, the Mad Doctor's quirk is somewhat like Overhaul's, but no, it's exactly like Overhaul. Let's say all copied Overhaul's quirk, giving him a deal in the process, which will be later explained. And let's say no, the Mad Doctor gave Overhaul some, let's say 3 Nomus. And Overhaul agreed for him to copy the quirk. He copies it, now gave it to the Doctor, and the Doctor has 2 quirks, Super Smarts and Overhaul's quirk. He repairs Deku's body to an extent, puts Deku in the tube, and this is when 2 kids around Deku's age come into the room saying, we need more stuff to do, we want to go to school, and the Doctor runs an organization called the Z's. Now, they have a hero school, and they are connected to hospitals and daycares, just like what Dr. Ujiko is doing, but less, more villain-like. These organization of the Z's only made this hero school to show them what true villains would look like in the world. This is really a villain school, but in the government eyes, it is another hero school compared almost to UA. Or not, is compared to UA with kid status. Deku is now dreaming, and he dreams about what All Might told him. Deku's been basically having nightmares, just reminded of his past. Now, All for One looks, and he says, let's hope this one doesn't fail. And that's when Rama walks into the room and he says, yes, let's hope this one doesn't fail because I'm tired of looking at mindless people. Now, what they're talking about is when they put people in the tube before, but they came out mindless, so they turned them into Nomus instead. The Doctor grins and says, I gave him that power. And they're saying, the editing power? For real? It was like, yes. And just like Rama's, he will be a successful one, and just like Tellus. So they're looking at Deku as Deku is taking time to. Deku is just now opening his eyes, and everybody sees this. The Mad Doctor stamps his hands on the desk, saying, it's about time you woke up. It's been a total of 8 months. Deku does miss the entrance exam of UA, so he will not be going to UA, but he will be going to the organization of the Z School. OZ for short. So Deku's waking up, and they give it a week as Deku is constantly waking back up, going back to sleep, waking up, going back to sleep. The Doctor says his waking up and sleeping process are successful, unlike the other ones. He didn't sleep for a long time either. And his brains, it seems like he's not going crazy. All for One says, let the boy out. I think it is time to see what his quirk is. This is when he lets Deku out. The Doctor, and the Doctor looks at Deku, and Deku looks at the Doctor, and Rama and Tellus is together, and he says, oh no, please tell me he's not mindless. As the Doctor says, what's your name, young boy? As Deku doesn't speak, and Rama says, yep, it's another mindless being. I guess I'll just kill him. And Tellus says, we shouldn't be killing anybody. As they said he was already dead, been resurrected, so it doesn't count as killing. This is when Deku says, where am I? As All For One grins, Copyalls and the doctors, and Tellus and Rama are actually surprised. They're surprised that Deku wasn't a fail. Deku regains all his memories and remembers what All Might has said as he's looking towards the poster, looking at All Might, while looking at his school book bag and uniform. Deku says, "I hate All Might," as his eyes begin to glow. They're looking at Deku and they say, "Whoa, okay. Where did he learn eye domination from?" As Rama's eyes begin to glow too, and he says, "Is that bastard using my quirk, trying to use my quirk against me?" This is when the doctor says, "Yes, I gave him that one a quirk." And they're like, "What do you mean you gave him that one quirk?" Well, the doctor explains that this was a quirk, but this quirk was very different. This time, I had to inject all the blood into Deku for this one quirk to work. Deku now has super strength plus flight already. And let's just say Deku has these nanobites that's inside his body that can counter other quirks, or copy quirks if needed. So Rama asks, how many of the nanobites quirks? How many of the quirks does the nanobites have? As he says, they have a total of 3 super strength. They have a total of 3 super strength, speed, and I'm not going to give Deku flight yet. And a counter quirk. Encounter. Now he says, what do you mean by that? Depending on the person's quirk, he could either use the same quirk or have another quirk that can encounter that quirk. They're looking at Deku and says, "Wow, this is actually pretty strong," and he was able to handle it. He says yes, as Deku gets a little more serious and says, "Where am I?" And Deku heard what they said, as they said, "Well, you're with us," and All For One says, I would like for him to face Shigaraki. Now, Shigaraki did gain a quirk. Let's say the copy all made Shigaraki as strong as a Nomu, but when Shigaraki goes to use his strength, it puts restraint on his body just like Deku. It will slowly destroy his body, though. Slowly. So, Deku... Rama walks with Deku and explains the situation as Deku says, "So I was reported missing?" And they say yes, and we're going to let you go home, let the cops find you, and you cannot tell anybody what happened, as Deku says he got to. Now, they do lie to Deku, they do tell Deku the truth that they need another villain, and they wanted to know if Deku would like to join, and the society is not right. We gave you a quirk, and you should help us. Deku is all aboard on this, and he smiles. Deku is actually smiling as he walks into the OZ Hero Course. Remind you guys, this is another school with different people. Deku walks into the classroom, and everybody's looking at Deku, and they said it's about time he got here. They couldn't start class without him. It's been a long time, but Deku went home. Their mom found him. They enrolled him in school. Bakugo doesn't really see Deku as much anymore. Well, not until... Well, now, basically. So, Deku Deku's looking on TV and he sees the sports festival. Now, this is when they're inside the classroom. Aizawa calls the teacher's phone, and the teacher's quirk is, let's say, the teacher's quirk is some type of. No, let's just say the Mad Doctor is the teacher. No, it's not the teacher. We're going to make this teacher try kind of like has muscular quirk, but it happens in the inside of his body. So this teacher could get super strong, maybe just as strong as All Might. So the teacher is talking, and Deku is thinking to himself, he's like, that teacher is strong. I think he is as strong as All Might. The way he presents power, it's kind of hard to touch him. And this is when the kids in the room are just saying, I'm bored, as the teacher says, well, I would put you through physical activity, but y'all get tired too easily. So, Deku, the teacher gets a phone call from UA, and he picks up and he says, hello, who's this? And the principal Nezu's on the phone. He says, I heard your school has a lot of great talent, and we would like for y'all to join our sports festival. That's coming up soon. We know y'all are a brand new school, and we would like for y'all to join us for the sports festival. And he said, okay. Oh yeah, you guys, this school has other schools in it, like high schools and stuff, just like UA. This school is basically like a high school college. So Deku's looking around and he says, well, I guess what's going on? As he watches the teacher's face, as the teacher hangs up the phone and starts to kind of buff up like he does, buff up like All Might. All the kids in the room says, oh no, don't tell me he's getting ready to start session now. As he says, y'all will be going to UA. As he makes his little strong pose, everybody's like, what, UA? For real? He says, yes, and this is a great opportunity. Y'all get to show y'all's quirks to the world and show them who's the best school so far. Deku said, we'll be competing. I can't believe this. As we come here yes, we're about to close off this What If. Now, I hope y'all enjoyed this What If. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll let out part 2 as soon as I get up to, let's say, 500 views. If I get 500 views, I will post out the next part. Make sure everybody have a good day. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below. How should the sport? I want to know how should the sports festival go. Just comment down below.